Testing 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3, 4.
Reg test 1, 2, 3.
Well, good morning, everyone. It's 10 a.m., so we'll get started right on time. I appreciate everyone coming in either live in person or on the computer. We'll get right into it, so I'll ask the committee coordinator to call the roll.
Councillor Kitts,
Here.
Councillor Luloff,
Good morning.
Vice Chair Kelly,
EC.
and Chair Brown.
I'm here. Thank you very much, Chris. Are there any declarations of interest? Not seeing any. The minutes 23 of the 3rd of April, 2025 are the minutes of ARAC confirmed.
Confirmed.
Thank you very much. Item 4.1, Infrastructure and Water Services Department. It's the Source Water Protection Septic System Inspection Program. We do have Sue Johns here, Director of Asset Management Services, and Tessa Diorio from our risk management team. There is no presentation. We have received no requests or delegations, but if committee members wish to hold the item, happy to do that. If not, the report recommendations are that the Agriculture and Rural Affairs Committee and the Environment and Climate Change Committee recommend Council approve the Source Water Protection Septic Inspection Program as described in this report. Is this item carried?
Carried.
Thank you very much. Item 5.1, the Rural Community Building Grant Program. Derek Moody and Ryan Thompson are here with us today. There is no presentation, but we do have Cheryl Watson from the Navan Fair who is online and happy to speak if there are questions about the program or the project. However, the report recommendation is that the Agriculture and Rural Affairs Committee approve the recommendations on the Rural Community Building Grants Program applications as detailed in document 1. Is this item carried?
Carried.
Thank you. Item 6.1, status update, Agriculture and Rural Affairs Committee inquiries and motions for the period ending the 22nd of April, 2025. There is no presentation, no request to speak, no delegations. However, if committee members would like to hold the item, we can certainly do that as well. However, if not, the report recommendation is that the Agriculture and Rural Affairs Committee receive this report for information. Is this item received?
Received.
Received.
There are no in-camera items. Item 8.1, it is an IPD. Would anyone like to pull that? It's the manure drag lines. No? Perfect. Thank you, colleagues. It's interesting, and I'm really happy we're moving forward. I will say staff have worked extremely hard on moving this very common sense solution forward at, I'm sure, what is a record speed for the City of Ottawa. So to Rob and Court and the team, thank you very much for working on this. I know the agriculture community is very pleased. Number 9. We do have one delegate that has registered to speak. Teresa Whalen and Maddie Whalen are here live and in person. So I'll ask that they come up. Thank you very much for coming and attending committee today. You'll have 5 minutes and the floor is yours. You can get started when you're ready.
Thank you. I've chaired a lot of meetings and I think this is the fastest one I've ever seen. So good morning and thank you for this opportunity to present here today. My name is Teresa Whalen and I'm speaking on behalf of the 4 affected landowners, including myself, Madeleine Whalen, Todd Biller, who now owns the property formerly owned by Rob Seaborn, and Oka Choi, regarding the properties of 7003, 05, 09, 13, and 19 Rideau Valley Drive South in Cars. I trust that you've all received the package of information that I sent out in preparation for this meeting, which included an email summary of this file, the Ottawa location map, Geo-Ottawa floodplain overlay map, the Belden map of North Gore, aerial photos from 1936 and 1960, and the survey of the properties. To briefly summarize, on February 17, 2022, we submitted a development application to close with the City of Ottawa to close the Old Forest Road on part lot 28, concession 1 of North Gore Township. This application was approved without objection by the City of Ottawa on June 16, 2023 for the following reasons. 1, the road allowance has no capacity to be turned into a traveled road or public trail, as the abutting landowners currently use the road allowance as part of their driveways. Sale of the closed road allowance to the abutting properties would ensure legal access to a public road and provide additional space for development outside of the watercourse setback. And 3, it's understood that 7005 and 07 would be merged, as well as 7013 and 7019 would be merged on title as a result of the road closure and subsequent sale of the road allowance to the applicants. This creates an additional space for development and redevelopment away from the watercourse and the floodplain, and brings the subject properties closer to zoning compliance regarding minimum lot size. All necessary surveys are completed and registered and paid for, and then the city offered a purchase price of $199,073 for less than 2/3 of an acre of gravel and grassland in the floodplain, and this is entirely unreasonable, we feel. We requested a review of this inflated price by Peter Radke, manager of the Realty Initiatives and Development for Ottawa, in September, October, and November of 2023, and again in January 2024, when we finally heard back from him. During the course of our research for this application, we discovered that the city's ownership of the land under the current Rideau Valley Drive South is where the road is constructed, it cannot be determined. And so these lands are shown in the attachment of the aerial photograph with 1936 and 1960. We know from the land registry and the Belden map that all the lands east and west of the Old Forest Road were originally owned by John Whalen, then William Whalen, now Madeleine Whalen. However, after much research, we could not find any evidence that the former Northport Township ever purchased the land from William Whalen when it went to realign and build the current Rideau Valley Drive South. Therefore, there is no transfer of ownership. Mr. Radke was informed of this, and he's had the file ever since, and that was from January 2024. Our dad always said that when the new road was built across Whalen land, the Old Forest Road was transferred to him. However, in our research, we discovered that this never happened. The City of Ottawa cannot prove how they came into possession of the land upon which the Rideau Valley Drive South was built. Closing the Old Forest Road is consistent with Ottawa bylaws and lot line configurations. The small roadfront parcels that cross 4 properties has not been publicly accessible in more than 65 years. There's no open market value or sale potential to anyone other than the 4 property owners listed. And as per the Geo Ottawa map, more than half of the Old Forest Road is within the floodplain and has restrictions for any further development. Closing the Old Forest Road would eliminate any potential future liability for the City of Ottawa, and in turn would likely increase the property taxes for the landowners, thereby increasing long-term revenue for the city. If this process cannot be concluded reasonably, then the landowners will simply continue to enjoy these parcels of the land as is for free. We would appreciate a common sense solution, which would include closing the Old Forest Road and transferring into our names the adjacent landowners as per the survey for the same value of the land upon which the Rideau Valley Drive South is currently built. Essentially, it would be a land
Ms.
swap.
Whalen, I'll just get you to wrap up quickly.
Okay.
Thank you.
This is great value for the City of Ottawa, as the square footage for Rideau Valley Drive is much greater than the Old Forest Road, and the landowners would further understand that they would pay their own legal fees for the apportioned Old Forest Road, and of course, City of Ottawa would pay their own legal fees. And this would resolve the situation once and for all with a win-win for all people involved. Thank you for this opportunity to speak to you today, and thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. Do members of committee have any questions for the delegation? Not seeing any. I can appreciate that you've come out today and to get this on the record, and it is in my ward, and I was going to say, although you're not my resident, but technically you are. Teresa comes from Osgood Ward, so both Councillor Getz and I are looking after that until the by-election. What I'll commit to today is sending another communication to city staff so we can tie it back in, because I don't think we've had a lot of communication over the last few months on this. So we can see if we can get a bit of an update and see what kind of solution we could bring forward that would satisfy the concerns from all parties. That's what I can commit to today.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for coming out. Thank you very much. And colleagues, I do apologize in my excitement to talk about manure drag lines. I forgot that we had 2 IPDs, not one. Item 8.1, Planning, Development and Building Services Department report on the use of delegated authority 2024, planning right-of-way, heritage and urban design and building code service areas. Did colleagues want to lift that? No? Perfect. No. Thank you. Motions of which notice has been previously given. Item 10.1 was a notice of motion by Councillor Kitts, the removal of always stop control at McEwen Drive and Barfield Road. Councillor?
Sure, I read it in at the last meeting, so I'll just read, therefore be it resolved that the Agriculture and Rural Affairs Committee recommend council approve that traffic services staff be directed to remove always stop control at the intersection of McEwen Drive and Barfield Road, maintaining the current stop sign southbound on Barfield Road and removing the stop signs located on McEwen Drive. I'll just note staff are supportive of this change.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions from our colleagues? Seeing none, is this item carried?
Carried.
Thank you very much. Any notices of motion? Ever since I became chair, there seems to be fewer. Any inquiries? Seeing none, any other business? Seeing none, we'll move to adjournment. Our next regular meeting will be on the 5th of June, and I'll note that we do have a special joint meeting with the Planning and Housing Committee on June 18th. So thank you very much for coming out, and we stand adjourned.